pulse dye laser and urinary stones. After extracorporeal shockwave lithotripsy and percutaneous nephroscopy, here is a new technique in the treatment of urinary stones, the pulsed dye laser. We have now got a compact machine which is able to produce considerable energy in contact with calculi with a length of about 504 nanometers, and we obtain in situ fragmentation of ureteral stones and a new step in the treatment of urinary lithiasis. This is the fiber near a number 3 French probe. With such a thin fiber, 250 microns, we can use existing endoscopes as employed for diagnostic use. Thanks to the laser, we have now turned these instruments into therapeutic tools. We can choose between classical lens instruments, like this rigid 8.5 French ureteroscope, and flexible fiber optic instruments like this one. If the stone is ureteral, we prefer to use a semi-rigid instrument like this 7.2 French ureteroscope, which avoids the dilatation of the ureteral meatus. Manufacturers have made considerable progress over the past few years, and we can now get 3 or 3.5 French basket stents or 3 French tripod pincers, and we can use the working channel of the smallest ureteroscopes. Here is the pulse dye laser effect on an egg. If the laser fiber is applied to the egg, we'll see a microfragmentation of the shell, while the membrane underneath is undamaged. Dehydrate calculus. Left lumbar ureteral stone with incomplete obstruction. The laser tripsy requires general anesthesia, and we may use direct vision, although video is recommended. Just coming into the bladder, we get a minimal dilatation of the ureteral meatus using a rigid 9 French dilator or a balloon dilator. We go through the pelvic region and then on to iliac ureteroscopy. Then we get to the lumbar stone. The laser pulse is induced and fragmentation is obtained immediately on this friable dehydrate calculus. The biggest fragments are pulverized one by one. Only small fragments remain, and they will be eliminated spontaneously in this ureter, the wall of which is undamaged. Follow-up urography 1 month after the laser tripsy. No more dilatation of the upper urinary tract and no ureteral stenosis. Monohydrate calculus. Large left lumbar ureteral stone. The stone of this patient is darker and larger looking than the previous stone. With extracorporeal shockwave lithotripsy, we know that fragmenting monohydrate calculi is more difficult. It is the same with lithotripsy, and in this case, we'd need more than 2,560 millijoule pulses to obtain a satisfactory result. We can see once more that there is no damaging effect of the laser on the ureteral wall. Some fragments are removed with a basket stand so as to get a chemical analysis of the stone. With such a large stone, a double J stent has been chosen. On this X-ray, made on the following day, we can see the fragments around the stent. Ureteral and enclosed lithiasis. Large stone of the distal portion of the left ureter, which has developed inside a ureteral. The ureteral is incised horizontally with an optical urethrotomy to avoid further reflux. The stone is immediately visible just above an organic stricture. Pulses begin with 50 millijoule energy, and the fragmentation is quickly achieved. The ureteroscopy of the upper section enables one to check the ureteral clearance and integrity. The fragments will be eliminated without a tube over the next few hours. On this X-ray made on the following day, we can see that the stone has disappeared completely.